Sean K. Sean. Okay, what happened in the last episode of Chainsaw Man?
It was a bit of a weird episode. There's definitely some questionable things going on in this, with these hunters. So Denji got to have his grow up.
Twice?
3 times.
Oh, I mean on 2 different people.
Oh, well, 3 times on one person, 1 time on other people, whatever. Yeah. He kind of, the whole thing with Power was like, it wasn't that great. That was a bit disappointing. Makima then decided to be like weird and like, I don't trust her now. You've implemented that seed of doubt in my brain. It's just gonna fester and grow until it becomes true.
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems like she's kind of just further like putting her claws in Denji.
Mm-hmm.
So he got to grow up her, which he liked. But she asked him to kill the gun devil. That was ultimately the thing that she wanted him to do. We saw a flashback of Aki and his family and how they died, and find out that it was a gun devil that killed them, along with 1.2 million other people, which is insane.
Yep.
The scale and size of them must be massive.
Mm-hmm.
But she had like little pieces of the gun devil, didn't she? That she said other devils ate because it made them stronger, right? But that would also help as a way to like find the gun devil, right?
So the bigger the chunk got, it was drawn to him.
Yeah, so they're using it as like a compass basically, and they like to try and find him.
But they're hunting down other parts of other pieces of this thing so they can make it bigger, so they can find him.
Yeah, which kind of seems like what if that just makes it? What if Makima's the gun devil? Who knows? We don't know.
Weird,
She's been all sketch. So we got introduced to some other devil hunters, 3 of them. I can't remember the names. Yeah, so she has a deal with the ghost devil, and the same with Aki has a deal with the fox devil. There's another 2 hunters, a guy who's kind of like he's still new, he's still he's like very by the book and all that stuff. Then there's a girl who seems really like
scared,
like she shouldn't be there. To put it simply, she seems way too like scared to be there. And the girl with the eye patch, sorry I don't know her name, was basically like, whoever kills the devil inside of this building will get a kiss from me. Denji was like, no thanks love, until she said I'll kiss you with tongue, and then he was like
yeah, he tried to play it cool, but
he wasn't trying to play it cool, he was full on let's do this. I mean, a bunch of other stuff happened eventually. Basically, it ended with them being in like a loop, wasn't it? They're trapped.
The paradox stairs.
In this building, yeah.
Yeah, let's watch.
Yeah. I will say I like the progression of Power and Denji's friendship.
Yeah, I like that they're becoming friends. Chill out.
Oh, so if they try to jump out the window, they would just end up in another room.
Is this the devil's work, or is it?
Yeah, that girl seems way too scared. Either she must be like.
Maybe she's the anxiety attack devil. So we haven't met that one in the back with the angel halo, have we? I don't know if... do you know how people get worried that when they watch things on their phone or they Google things, that their phone's tracking them? Mm-hmm. So then all their apps show them adverts for the things that they've been watching and stuff. It seems to be that ever since I started watching this, every cosplayer is dressing up as someone from this show.
Yeah.
It's actually quite an interesting... How would you get
Oh, that was weird. He opened it up and his head was popping through, his legs were still down.
That would be awkward.
Yeah.
She's not coping very well.
Kobeni.
Our parents said that. Darn.
Oh, no wonder why she's having like a full mental breakdown.
Love, you just need to pull yourself together. What's his name again? Oh. So it's time stopped as well. So what'll feel like hours for them won't be any time at all for.
That's reassuring. Oh my god.
Relatable?
That's too real. Don't know how you dare.
I don't slap her.
I would hate that because how do you even know they let you sleep for long enough? It's not like they have any clocks to tell how long it's been. Could have been 10 minutes for all he knows. Kobeni
Toilet bowl
arrived.
water. Everyone's really struggling.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's like, maybe it feeds off like fear or like anxiety or something. Maybe them being like this is helping it grow.
The fear. Demon. Devil. Fear devil. Didn't I
Like-
say that in the last episode?
Maybe.
Didn't I say I wanted to be the fear devil? Oh, okay. Sorry.
This flashback.
He's full of laughs, isn't he? I mean, considering everything he's gone through, I don't blame him. Oh. Damn. Ah. Oh, that's sad. It's not her fault. I can see why it sort of makes sense,
Yeah.
but because he's got a screw loose.
I know.
Way I played cool, Denji.
Such a child.
Oh. What?
Oh, he just casually said that as if it was nothing.
Oh.
And not as if they're trapped in an endless pit with a massive devil like that.
I wonder if that's all the. Wonder if that's all the bodies of the people who stayed there. Like all mushed together. Oh, why? Is Denji getting a bit of a reputation? It's just interesting how there's a lot of faces and bodies and stuff.
Yeah, oh, don't do it. Oh. Oh.
Didn't even flinch. Bless her.
See, it's liking it. It's like it's feeding off of them.
That's annoying. So,
it's not this. I really thought it was this, and I was like, oh, that's so cool because it's like a fox face.
see how there's loads of faces and body parts? They're in its stomach. So make it sick.
Pull the Finding Nemo and just rub yourself on it, on its walls until it throws you up.
What?
I'm Finding Nemo. When he starts rubbing himself on the whales, it's
He doesn't make it throw up.
No, but still.
It's Denji. Denji's the only one who's got access to his powers properly.
Power though? Power what?
Power and? Himeno actually. Himeno just used their powers against it. Maybe he's the only one who can get out of the stomach.
See what I mean?
That's what I think. I think it's... Well, technically it is then. It's his stomach, it's all the people that he's eaten. Let me guess. No, of course.
Huh? Say, it's growing every time they...
Oh. God, they're all gross. Why are they so
His heart?
The Eternity Devil. Good grief.
Is that what it is? The Eternity Devil. Oh. Oh.
Well, that's just cheating. Pull yourself together, lass.
What's up with the sword?
I know. Oh, Aki's actually trying to save him. It's your fault.
Oh.
Yep. You almost cost him his life, you fool. Good lad. Just chop it up. Yeah. I never even thought of that. Well, surely it would be like... Surely it would be like... any stomach, really, wouldn't it?
Huh?
If you feel that much pain inside your stomach, eventually you'll just throw up, won't you? Epic music!
That's trippy.
That's the end.
God.
Well, That was a weird episode.
Yeah.
I know I say that a lot about this show, but
I wasn't quite as weird as the last episode. That was more like an emotional kind of base, or like a psychological kind of.
Got to see the best of Aki, I think. So far, he's been sort of stuffy, like older one, hasn't he? Whereas
we're learning more about his story, though, aren't we? He's developing more as a character.
Yeah, I like him.
He kind of always just seemed like the stoic kind of like, life's hard kind of character. But then when you learn about his story, you're like, oh yeah, well.
Yeah, to be fair, he has had quite a hard life.
Yeah. So the sword, that's interesting. So what is if he uses the sword? It takes a lot of years off his life.
Sounds like it.
Is that one of the deals he made with the devil?
It might be a different devil. Might not even be the fox devil. It might just be a different devil.
Yeah, well, I mean, no. Oh God, that what is that? What's her name? Kobeni. The last that just doesn't.
Yeah, so
should not be there.
Yeah, there's Arai, Himeno, and Kobeni. Arai's the bloke. Kobeni's the one who's really lost it, and Himeno's the eye patch. Yeah, I like it.
Yes, so they all seem to be out for Denji, though, don't they? It's like he's like news has travelled.
Yeah. Maybe on Devil Social Network.
Yeah, they have like a MySpace.
It's like a forum
or whatever.
Yeah.
Like a
instead
WhatsApp group.
Instead of it's like a Devils Have Your Say type thing.
Oh no.
Where they all whinge about the latest Devil Hunters.
It's interesting though, because that's the thing we've been saying, isn't it? Is what makes Denji so special.
Yeah. He's essentially he is essentially a devil, but with more. He doesn't have the devil personality, does he? He's still Denji.
He's Denji with the powers of a devil.
Yeah. Yeah. So he's not a devil. He's not a fiend, because power's a fiend, which is basically a devil's taken over a human's body.
A dead human's body. Yeah.
Whereas Denji is Denji, but with the powers of a devil.
Yeah, Vegeta is his heart now, and his
So we're getting a good grasp on this.
Yeah.
We're halfway through now.
Which is interesting because Denji was dead though.
Yeah, he was all cut up into pieces, wasn't he?
Yeah, so he technically was dead. He was taken over when he was dead. Is it because he physically replaced his heart?
I don't know. Maybe he just put him back together, stitched together all his vital organs and then kick-started his heart. Maybe in this world it's not that hard. Especially not for a devil.
I mean,
I do actually like though how he's becoming almost feared by other devils.
Yeah.
Because we haven't even seen. Have we seen him fully chainsawed up? We have, haven't we? We saw him in one of the earlier episodes fully chainsawed up, didn't we?
Yeah. It's interesting because it's like the gun devil seems like such a big deal, and they've done a really good job at immediately showing you like the impact of the gun devil and why he's such a big deal, why everyone's looking for him.
Yeah.
But it's like slowly building Denji up for him to get to a point where like he's actually like a viable threat, that way he can face the gun devil and potentially beat him.
Yeah.
That's like what it's doing throughout these episodes.
Something that I've just thought of there, right? Most devils only seem to be interested in one or two people, right? And Makima said that the more fear that comes from whatever you're involved with, the more power you get. It's just crazy that this gun devil wasn't interested in the individual. Because it killed 1.2 million people. That's not.
Maybe it's more of like a physical, like an ability kind of thing. Like the gun devil could kill that many people, so it did. Whereas some of the smaller, like less threatening devils can't. So they kind of just pick one and go for it.
But even then, it's not just like normal people that it's impacting, isn't it? Because it's basically making all of the other devils stronger as well.
Maybe it's like a cult, or maybe it's like an
overlord.
He's like the king of the devils or something. So like he's willingly giving pieces of himself to make the devil stronger for a specific reason or a cause. Or
so I don't know if it's that he's given them, because it might just be like shrapnel, like there's just bits of him that are there. But because the fear of him's going up, the fear of devils is going up. So just in that one attack, he's essentially driven up the power of all devils just by that one attack that he's done.
Yeah.
But then the question is then, how did he ever get to that point? Where he was that strong?
He's a gun devil.
Yeah.
Well, they said
that fear was rising because of guns.
Gun violence and stuff like that, and that had led to a gun devil becoming stronger because of that.
But surely then, though, even then, every devil we've seen, there's been no devil that's even remotely close to that power. So is this going to be like a seasonal bad guy, or is it going to be the bad guy for the...
Might be the bad guy. He seems like a big deal. He seems
That's
like he's...
Do you think it's... Do you know, I expected when it's like devils and stuff like that, I was like, surely it's more of a sort of abstract devil that's going to be the devil of all devils. You know, like a...
It would make sense for him in that instance.
Eternity devil.
That's insane.
That's
I was
a
like,
really big
I was
one.
like, oh, like a fear devil or like anxiety devil or something. I didn't think eternity devil, but it makes sense because they were stuck in a loop.
Yeah.
He just traps people there and he keeps them there until they starve to death, and then.
But then I suppose it does actually make sense because you're not scared of eternity, are you? You would be scared in that scenario, but you're not sit there going, oh, I'm scared of eternity, because you're not.
It's probably why it's not like as.
That's what I mean. It's
big,
like to us, we would sit here and go, just the sound eternity devil, gun devil. Which one sounds like a bigger deal?
Yeah.
We would think eternity devil, but the more you think about it,
the thing that's scary isn't the eternal aspect of it. It's the fact that you'll starve or you'll.
Yeah.
If there's a food devil, that would be scary. A food devil.
You just eat yourself to death.
Like the food comes alive
So
and eats you.
that's one of those questions that always makes me laugh whenever I hear it. When people say, if you were to eat yourself, what would happen first? Would you get twice as big, or would there be nothing left of you at all? It's such a stupid question, but I don't know the answer to it. Obviously, scientifically, you would go into shock and die well before that would ever happen. But what would happen?
Are you okay? Why?
Just imagine it.
Okay, we're uncovering some things.
No, because when you said food devil, I was sitting there going, "Will you just eat yourself to death?" But then when I said eat yourself to death, I meant like eating actual food. But then when I said it again in my head, I was like,
you start chomping on your foot and stuff.
Yeah, eat yourself to death. So how would you die? Would you be twice as big, or would there just be like a mouth?
I don't think you would just I don't think you would just resort to nothing. You can't exactly know because you can't.
Would you be twice the size, or would there be nothing left of you at all?
Because how would you eat your head? How?
Such a stupid question, but I love it.
It is.
I love
it's so
it.
inconvenient.
It's so funny. It makes me laugh. Because like I say, the scientific thing is, you would probably get like up your leg or something silly.
Up your leg, I would lose a toe and I'd just go.
But you would go into shock and you would die well before that quandary ever got solved. Maybe it's an experiment that we have to try.
You've had way too much time off this year.
It's
impacting you a lot.
It's affected my brain.
Oh God. Anyway.
Yeah, let's end the video.
What was I going to say? I was going to say something, and I forgot because of you.
Right, I said food devil.
Right, no, that's something else. So the fear factor, right? So like you said, devils like feed off the fear.
Yeah.
What if Denji's like that, but he feeds off the fear of the other devils?
Well, it never specified whether it was human fear, just fear in general, isn't it?
That's what I mean, though. Maybe it's like, yeah, if all the devils start becoming more afraid of him, it's like
it gets stronger. I never even thought of that. It gets stronger.
Because when you think the first attack, that devil when he first became Chainsaw Man, that devil did become scared of him, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Which one?
The very first one that he fought, the zombies.
Mm.
And he just seemed to absolutely annihilate them and stuff, didn't he? Like he just didn't even.
And when he fought that leech devil, she wasn't scared of him at all, and
yeah.
I know obviously it was more fatigue, but he couldn't really access all of his power there, could he?
But the Bat Devil eventually became scared of him when he was fighting it.
It's an interesting thing. I never thought of that. Yeah, it might be. Yeah.
Because you don't know, do you? I mean, he's got a bit of devil in him, so it could be the same thing.
I want to see more devils. I want to see how inventive they can be with devils. I never would have guessed that was.
Devil.
I never would have guessed that. I was technically right though, by the way. That those things, if that's a stomach, those are all the people that have lived there. They must be.
Yeah.
Sure.
That'd be depressing, wouldn't it? You find yourself in a hotel, like, oh, this is nice, and you get stuck inside of the Eternity Devil's stomach and get slowly digested.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get stuck in a Premier Inn or something. Not for me.
No.
A travel lodge.
The travel lodge isn't that bad.
Yeah, they stink. As long as breakfast is there, I'm not bothered.
Got the breakfast.
It's the only thing I look forward to. Anyway, that was us watching Chainsaw Man. Let us know what you think down in the comments. Don't spoil anything. Halfway through.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of more devil ideas.
We are trying to upload more, but unfortunately, with me going back to work full time, Katie's working overtime. It is hard. We are uploading like when we can, and with us also going into Christmas, we're spending a lot of time with our families as well. I know it's still November, but it's essentially
Tis the season.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, we've got Christmassy things to watch. We'll have to start watching Christmassy things. The video.
Actually, yeah, let's do that because it's not horror movies.
Where's Christmas horror movies?
No, why?
Because it's Christmas.
What kind of sadist does those things?
Have you not seen the adverts for that new Santa Claus film where he beats people up?
What's David Harbour? No, I don't like. No.
I don't think that's a horror film. No, I think
that's not a horror film. I can get away with that, but horror films shouldn't be allowed for Christmas stuff. Christmas themes should not be horror movies.
People enjoy your horror reactions.
Well, I don't.
Supply and demand. We are going to watch some Christmas stuff though. We can watch the Guardians of the Galaxy thing. We can watch
Spirited. Ryan Reynolds.
I really want to watch that because Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell are two of my favourite people. But anyway, let's not get sidetracked. Let us know some stuff you want us to watch for Christmassy type things. Like the videos, subscribe, ding the bell button off I don't upload. We sometimes upload every day. Anything else you want to say?
I wish I could go back and watch Home Alone again, just for this. For the first time. Imagine watching Home Alone now for the first time ever. Such an odd experience.
No, the Grinch. I would rather watch the Grinch.
Oh, the Grinch.
Or if it was this age, if I'm this
is
age.
This is the brilliant time of year where we can get the Grinch memes out. They get put in a box and put away for the year.
Which Grinch meme? I know the one you're thinking of. It's the it's that one, isn't it? What the microwave says as it's spinning.
Other ooh okay, I'm not going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh dear.
Anyway,
okay.
Yeah, let us know some Christmas stuff to watch.
This is not the video.
Anything else you want to say?
No.
No?
I'm gonna go watch a Grinch now.
Okay, thank you for watching.
I need to know.